அனைவருக்கும் பொங்கல் வாழ்த்துக்கள். श्रद्धेय अडवाणी जी, Sri Ramaswamy, dignitaries on the dais, and dear Tughlak readers. I am happy to be here with you on the occasion of Pongal festival. I know Pongal is one of the most important festival of Tamils. In fact, it is the festival of thanksgiving for the sun god. After a good harvest on this day, I share your joy and festivity. Tamil Nadu and Gujarat share many things in common. They have many links from ancient days. People of Tamil Nadu love coffee. I too like your filter coffee. But chicory for making perfect coffee comes from Gujarat. I know you like groundnut oil. This is mainly supplied by us. Tamil women love cotton saris, and Gujarat produces maximum cotton in India. Above all, our people from Gujarat, what we call as Saurashtra, came and settled in Tamil Nadu in large numbers. They have become Tamils by heart and lifestyle and are contributing to the economy, culture and literature of Tamil Nadu. Similarly, there is a huge population of Tamils living in Gujarat peacefully, contributing to our economy. In my own constituency, Maninagar, there are more than 20,000 Tamils. By inviting me for this function, Joe is making the social, cultural and economic ties between Gujarat and Tamil Nadu more stronger. One more thing also is common between both states. Both are ruled by non-Congress chief ministers. Today is the 42nd anniversary of Tughlak. I remember I was here for the anniversary celebration of Tughlak a couple of years ago. Now I am here again, and I consider it my proud privilege. Tughlak is for the thinking people. It has stood by certain values. Since its launch, it has stood for truth, objectivity and ethical journalism. My friend Ashtavdhani Cho has consistently stood for these values with courage and determination for nearly 4 decades. I need to congratulate him and Tughlak team on this proud occasion. Tughlak is not for entertainment. It does not cater the baser instinct in man. It deals with social and political issues. It believes that true democracy and development can be assured in only if your people are politically aware. To make right choice, good governance is the birthright of citizens. Cho for 4 decades has been fighting for good governance and corruption-free governments. Today I am here to congratulate Cho his team and Tughlak on the occasion of 42nd anniversary. At the same time, I am also here to share some of the concerns that I have not only as a Chief Minister but also as a citizen of this country. What is happening in our country? The great poet and philosopher of Tamil Nadu, Thiruvalluvar, has clearly and beautifully told us what good governance. He says, Ietralum, Italum, Kathalum, Kathar. Bahutalum, Valat Arsu. Generating wealth, saving wealth, maintaining wealth, and spending it for the welfare of the people is the duty of good government. Last week, someone asked me a question. The question was that in 1950, the Indian economy was bigger than China. Today, China's economy is 3 times the size of India. What is the reason? The answer is simple. The economy did not take off because after the independence, Indian policies were not growth-oriented. It was status quo governance. It was more focused on consolidation of power and position of political party rather than consolidation and expansion of economy. The same situation continued for long. It took 40 long years for the ruling party to realize that the policies they were pursuing were not right. But that time, the rest of the world, including China, had leaped ahead. In fact, even in smaller countries like Taiwan and Korea, per capita GDP has grown 20 times in last 50 years. India has achieved only a 3-fold increase in the same period, even after so-called liberalization in 1991. Only half-hearted efforts were made. Today, the situation is even worse. The country is passing through a very critical phase. On one hand, the expectations of the people are rising. Also, the abilities of people to fulfill these expectations are also rising. There is willingness in our people to work hard. We are a young nation and our youth have the aspiration and the ability to scale very high. But unfortunately, there is a total lack of direction in governance at the national level. The Congress-led government at the center is at a total loss as to what is happening around the world. Moreover, as Advani had put it, it is the most corrupt government after independence. Rajiv Gandhi had once said that if 100 paisa is spent from Delhi, only 15 paisa reaches the common man. But this party has done little to change this situation. Many of you might feel that it is easy to criticize, but difficult to deliver. No, I am saying all this with a confidence and conviction. That is all possible. I speak from my own experience and from the experience of Gujarat. Friends, year 2012 dawned upon us with a baggage of doubts and worries due to slow economic growth, increase in inflation, and growing terrorism. corruption has reached a new heights in the UPA-led central government, all driven by vote bank politics. People have started wondering if at all there is a government at the center. Let us look at these issues in detail. First is the slowing down of the economic growth. Growth rate has come down from 8.5% per annum to 6.9% in the second quarter of 2011-12. It is due to the fact that the credibility of the present government and the center has hit rock bottom. It has been caught in a series of corruption scandals that has weakened its resolve to govern. There is no clear roadmap, no reforms to correct the slowdown. Coupled with weak leadership and intellectual bankruptcy, the UPA government is a model of indecision leading to a drop in investor confidence. The current mood of pessimism has already impacted the economy through drop in investments. There is a policy pause all around, resulting in the crisis of confidence in the Indian story. Currently, the dream of the Indian history is fast turning into an economic and social nightmare. Steep inflation, declining production, GDP growth at record low levels, stock market and rupee collapses, rising deficits and rising foreign debts, as well as current account deficit, a perfect economic storm. The most worrisome is that both foreign and domestic investment activities at low ebb. Restoring the growth momentum is imperative, as any further slippage would entail losing a truly historic opportunity of being a global player. Faster growth also provides the necessary resources to improve the quality of life for all. This opportunity should not be missed. In these troubling times, Indian industrialists prefer to invest more outside than in their own country. We have to think about it. This is a new phenomenon has started. The Indian investors are going out. They are worried. They are not ready to invest in India. India's outbound foreign investments outpace inflows of FDI for the first time in 2010-11. At this rate, outflows may well exceed inflows again this financial year, affecting overall growth. We talk about double-digit growth rates. Every month, these estimates are revised downwards. This is due to total mismanagement by UPA government. Only this financial year, 4.7 lakh crores have been borrowed to run the government. Can you imagine? It is reflected in high inflation and price rise. It is the common man who is suffering. To top it all, the entire government is paralyzed in Delhi. You will be surprised to know that central government has made one rule that for the deficit, you can borrow less than 3% only. This is the rule for state government and the central government. We, the state government, are bound to do that, but it is surprising that central government borrowed more than 3%, it is crossing 4.5%. This is the situation. Who is responsible for this mess? And what is the way out? When Dr. Manmohan Singh, a world-class economist, is the Prime Minister. Or it may be because he is only a pawn and the control is elsewhere. The next issue is the safety. and security of the people. More than half the area of this country is prone to the threat of terrorism and Naxalism. As far as terrorism is concerned, the UPA government has no political will due to its vote bank politics. After 9/11, the US government enacted strict laws against terrorism. Enacting of laws and strict implementation gave dividends. And there has not been a single attack after that. But in India, even after 26/11 attack in Mumbai, the central government had no will. Not only is it unwilling to come out with stricter laws, it also does not allow the states to enact stringent laws against terrorism. For example, Gujkok Bill, that is Gujarat Control of Organized Crime, has been waiting for 4 years to be approved by the central government. You will not do it because you want votes. And you would not allow others to do it because they should not get votes. Can such vote bank politics be tolerated when it comes to national security? This is, in a sense, is undermining the very federal structure of the country. Gujarat shares a border with Pakistan and is a very sensitive border state. It is well within our rights to enact a bill to protect our state and our people from terrorism. But UPA government, by not allowing us to enact the bill, is challenging the very federal structure of the state. Despite law and order being a state subject, this is one of the many examples of UPA government trampling on the powers of the state. Dividing and ruling has been the very core of Congress politics. Majority and minority, this division of the people has been going on for more than 6 decades. Now, when the elections of 5 states are approaching, Congress has played this game again. The allocation of 4.5% of reservation to minority communities from OBC quota is one such move. Do you think this will help the minority community? Congress is trying to create a division among them as forward and backward castes. I am not saying this. Some of the Muslim leaders themselves have said this and have understood the vote bank politics of Congress very well. Another issue of the national concern would be the proposed communal violence bill. The bill presumes that the majority community is always responsible for any riot. This is too harsh an assumption and a threat to the peaceful functioning of a diverse nation like India. It is a dangerous bill as it harms the federal structure of the Constitution. Not only does it allow the center to hold all the powers, it does not even consider anybody a citizen. The bill treats a person only as one belonging to either a majority or a minority, which is against the secular future of our Constitution. The bill, in its present form, drafted by National Advisory Council, presumes that the majority community is unjust and the minority community is the victim. Not only will this be an injustice to the society, it will further lead to the communal tensions. These issues are state-specific and the state government should be allowed to handle these issues. While Swaraj has been attained for more than half a century, Suraj, good governance, is still a distinct thing in a large parts of our country. It is only through good governance and building transparent systems with a capacity to deliver can India move forward. Unfortunately, corruption has stopped the growth and development in many spheres. For the past 2 years, the UPA government has been rocked with scandals and corruptions. Ministers and MPs belonging to the UPA or its allies have been either forced to resign or even forced to go to prison. The scandals are not small or negligible. The sums involved are more than the annual budget of many Indian states. The cold attitude of the central government in responding to a series of scams, 2G, Commonwealth Games and many such has broken the trust of the common man. There is an outcry for clean and robust governance all across the nation. Strong, stable and most importantly, transparent leadership is the need of the hour. I know people of Tamil Nadu are very particular about punishing corrupt people. The recent assembly elections in Tamil Nadu stands testimony of this. The central government interferes in the powers of the state in attempt to destroy the federal structure by introducing central laws in the matter pertaining to the state. This has always been the attitude of the Congress party. In the name of development, they have tried to monopolize power and funds at the central level. The financial resources are not divided based on the constitutional rights but are being used to keep the states in subordinate position. The residuary powers are with the union and the distribution of powers is biased toward the center. There have also been repeated attempts to transfer subjects from state list to concurrent list using various opportunities and excuse. Of late, this tendency has increased. We need to reverse this. The state should coordinate with the union government, not remain in subordinate position. We have a vast country with different languages, cultures, different level of development and geographical situations. Hence, the federal structure should be in tune with this, respecting the diversity of this land at the same time ensuring unity. Gujarat, like Tamil Nadu, has always been representing the spirit of unity in diversity, always keeping the interests of the nation in mind but without compromising the needs of the state. Decentralization and democratization would make the political system at different levels more accountable and responsive. It will bring in more efficiency in delivery of public service. The state government are closer to people and can better understand the problems of the people and their needs and respond better. The UPA government needs to understand this and enable a federal structure that will bring good governance and address people's problem rather than taking the powers from the state. What we need is cooperation federalism, not coercion federalism. Sharing and caring federalism is required. They are the real pillars of federalism. As I told you, the states were not consulted in drafting the communal violence bill at the extent required. Central government announced its policies and programs to push its agenda without taking into account the capacity of the states. This sometimes imposes financial burden also on the states. The Sarkaria Commission and Kunchi Committee recommended that whenever union government proposes legislation on concurrent list, there should be a prior consultation with the state government. But even today, nearly after 3 decades, this has not happening, but instead more and more centralization is taking place. Not only centralization is taking place, the central government is not able to tolerate if any state is praised. It is vindictive. Political parties can have ideological differences, left, right or center, but a new trend has started in the country by Congress of individual target politics. If you don't like a political leader, try to destroy him by any means. With strong prejudice and biases, they make use of every arm of government, constitutional authorities and institutions or agencies at their disposal to cause harm to you. If you have differences, fight in the political field. I have been a major victim of such harassment. CBI is being used, courts are being influenced through PIL by vested NGOs supported by Congress. There is not a single top opposition political leader who has not been harassed by misusing CBI, Intelligence Bureau, Income Tax Department and other investigating agencies. But I have moved on because I have faith in people. This kind of negative politics is going to damage India's development in big way. I will tell you now, I view federalism from my personal experience. When Tata Nano was facing problems in West Bengal, my officers used to tell me, sir, other states are offering incentives to Tata Motors to relocate. We should also make an offer. I told them that once Bengal was a hub of industrial revolution in India. If West Bengal develops, it will trigger development in eastern India. We should not fish in troubled waters. It was only when Ratan Tata came on TV and said he is withdrawing from Singur, then I sent an SMS, the message, Swagatam. Rest is history. Today, Gujarat become an automobile hub. If India has established itself as a major global power, the foundation will have to be strong infrastructure. Unfortunately, currently due to lack of vision, willingness and indecision of central government, the infrastructural growth is not happening. For uniform growth across India, the government will have to fulfill the infrastructure needs of good roads, ports, power, airports, etc. Then only will our dream of a prosperous Bharat can be realized. Given the current liquidity problem in the market, it is the government who has the majority invest and drive the infrastructure growth in this country. If we ever want to remain in competition with China or win over China, government of India should focus on infrastructure development in a big way. The other area of concern is manufacturing sector in India. Still hostage to huge regulations. There is an urgent need to review these regulations and increase flexibility in labor laws. In fact, labor should be made a state subject. The slowdown in one economy should be made an opportunity for India to attract manufacturing activity from across the world. Ensuring agriculture growth at the national level is another area of concern for all of us. We need huge investment in the field of agriculture to ensure food security. Indian farmers are switching to commercial crops at an alarming rate in recent times, and this has resulted in a huge shortage in the supply of pulses, edible oils and coarse grains, which forces the central government to import them. As far as agriculture is concerned, I would like to inform you that Gujarat is a drought-prone state. 7 years out of 10 years we are facing a water scarcity. But we took the initiative. India's agriculture growth rate is 3%. India's agriculture growth is 3%, whereas Gujarat's agriculture growth is 11%. One can do the miracle. You say we are focusing on the white revolution, milk production. Even in Tamil Nadu, you are enjoying Amul. In milk production, in last 10 years, we have increased 60% more. Can you imagine? And how we are getting the success? You'll be happy to know in my state how we are taking care of cattle. You might have heard about the cataract operation of the human being. But in my state, only in all over the world, only in Gujarat, we are doing a cataract operation of the cattle. You might have heard about the dental treatment of the human being. In my state, we are giving a dental treatment to the cattle. And because of this care, the 60% increase in the milk production, it's a miracle. So one can do it, but I am sorry, central government has no agenda to do this. This is a major threat to our goal of attaining and self-sufficiency in food grains. A solution could be specialization in the agriculture sector that will increase productivity and ensure higher agricultural growth rate. At the same time, it is imperative to take corrective measures, give incentives, implement modern agricultural practices, and provide farmer with the necessary farm inputs, know-how, and conducive environment to improve the productivity of land. Friends, in India, even the human being does not have a health card. Gujarat is the only exceptional case where we have a soil health card with the farmers. And because of the soil health card, he can understand what the quality of his land, what type of crop is suitable for that land, what type of fertilizer is required, and because of that, the growth is very fast. Along with the food security, regional imbalance is one of the biggest challenges that India faces today. While one part of India has been witnessing rapid growth and progress, there are still vast parts of the country that are underdeveloped. The regional divide needs to be reduced and the development needs to take root in every nook and corner of the country. What one needs today are good governance and a commitment to create productive assets. Hence, the focus should be on the skill upgradation and providing sustainable employment. If India is to fulfill its destiny of being a superpower in the coming decades, investment in research and development cannot be ignored. Dr. Manmohan Singh himself has agreed that in R&D we are far behind China. While China invests $174 billion, India's investment is only $17 billion. There is need for greater industry academic coordination. Government of India should wake up to this fact and consciously work towards bringing in private sector investment in research and development. Another major problem area is generation of employment at the national level. Despite UPA government ambitious plan to create 50 million jobs in 11 plan period, this is what declared by the Manmohan Singh government. They declared that they will provide 50 million jobs in 11 plan, but the result is it could actually create only 1 million jobs. Out of 50 million jobs, only 1 million jobs. And you will be surprised to know the latest figure by the central government, the job created by India in different states, the 72% is only in Gujarat and in 28% whole of the India. This is the situation. Of those 1 million jobs created, most jobs were in informal sector and majority being casual labor. This trend is particularly worrisome. When we consider the youth population of India, India is one of the nation with a large youth population. India's young workforce is estimated to increase to 40 million over the next 2 decades. And by 2035, India will have the largest working population in the world. In India, 65% will be working age. In Gujarat, this is the 150th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. We are going to celebrate as a Yuva Varsh, the year of youth. And our main focus is on the skill development. We are trying our level best for the skill development. By developing our talent pool in 1 decade, our youth will be the engine of growth, not just for India, but also for the world. We need to impart skills and take up skill building in a big way. In short, to conclude, I will say we have to make development a mass movement. We should move away from the politics of caste, religion and region to development-oriented politics. Wherever I go, I see a hunger for development. Vote bank politics cannot survive anymore. One another problem, as far as youth is concerned, we must think about it. It's a great threat to the democracy. And we must think about it. We have to do something. I thought princely states, Raja Maharaja, were abolished by Indira Gandhi in 1971. But now I find a new kind of royalty in the form of dynasty rule coming up everywhere in the country. Their interest lies only in family and not in the nation. Their only interest is to stay on in power, more power, and no service is their agenda. It is this dynasty rule which has all these scams and bad governance. A political leader has to be above all personal benefits. Country needs a new breed of such politicians. Unless and until we don't have a new breed of the politicians, we'll have to throw away this dynasty to strengthen our democracy. Today I have flagged some of the major issues that our country is facing. I am sure Cho will write in detail about these issues and carry on the work of creating awareness for necessary action. I know and I am sure that Tamil Nadu, a highly politically aware state, under the able leadership of Honorable Chief Minister Selvi Jayalalitha, will add to its existing level of development and march forward on the path of good governance. Thai Purandal, Vai Pirukam. Thank you very much.